Welcome back to Inside Texoma. We are talking about the Fantasy of Lights, of course, an annual tradition here in Wichita Falls that takes place every year on the Midwestern State University campus. It's something I know I look forward to every year, and Randy, you know, heading this up, I can only imagine it's something that you enjoy every year as well.
Yes,
so,
yes.
We're just talking about how people can really get involved to make it a success this year, because it is a nonprofit thing, basically.
Yeah, we need everybody's help on a monetary basis, and also professional services, which we can talk about in a few minutes. But monetary-wise, people in Wichita Falls probably don't realize that all those displays are adopted, so to speak, by some type of organization here in Wichita Falls. Some of them include First Bank, United Market Street, Wells Fargo. So a lot of the big businesses in town give money and they adopt a display. Now, you don't have to adopt a display to give. You can just give money. You know, I mean, well, however amount you want to give, you're welcome to give that. If you're interested, you can contact me at, on my email or phone number, which is listed here in the program. And I'm also trying to come up with some marketing flyers and pamphlets that will make donating easier if you want to just mail it in. But we need everybody's help. That's what keeps this alive, is everybody's donations.
Absolutely. And you know, a lot of times as you're driving through, you see the booths. You see different groups out there with the booths in hand, and you give money in the booths. And I know we're probably going to talk a little bit more about that, but is it important to give before? Is that what you're looking for right now?
Definitely before, because once we get the lights and the displays out at MSU on that lawn, that's when we really find out, okay, we need to fix that light bulb, we need to fix, Santa's head or the reindeer's nose. So that's when we find out, and sometimes we've got to pull money right away to get that fixed. So having money definitely beforehand is so important, because then we have that time before, the opening night to get all that fixed.
Absolutely. What all, you talked a little bit about maybe Santa's nose, the reindeer, whatever, Santa's head, sorry.
Yeah.
But just kind of talking about what is the money used for? Because a lot of people may wonder, well, since it's not really going to anyone, no one's really profiting off of this, what does all the money go for? Is it for repairs? And I understand that the electricity bill is awfully high too.
Yeah, so it goes to paying the electricity bill, but also to paying, people that sometimes we hire people, professional trades out here to come out. So, sometimes we pay them. It goes to buying the food on the workshop days. It goes to, a lot of it's repair though, because we have, maintenance people at MSU that do that, but we also, basically have to charge them for their time. And if we have to hire specialty people outside of MSU, like plumbers or electricians or whatnot, we have to pay them.
Absolutely.
And it can get pretty high, as you know, as most people know. So.
Because it's not really an MSU event, so to speak. It's just kind of like MSU is letting the city use the land.
Right,
basically.
We're hosting it. But yeah, it's a Wichita Falls tradition. And we get people as far as Dallas, Fort Worth, that have called me about donating and said, yeah, we come out there from Dallas every year, and we'll come up there twice a week.
That's awesome.
And drive. And so that's neat that people from Dallas, obviously the surrounding area people come, but Dallas, Fort Worth, that's quite a bit of drive to see some lights.
That is.
So.
It's that much of a tradition, though, I would say, for so many families. If you've grown up here, maybe you want to bring your kids back up here to see the Fantasy of Lights.
And what's nice about donating, too, is you see, I've gotten to know the program now pretty well over the last, month and a half, and I've seen that people donate. It's kind of like a family thing. It's a tradition to give to Fantasy of Lights. So we want to keep that tradition alive with keeping the donations coming.
And just kind of maybe reaching out, because a lot of businesses out there who can give a lot more money. I know that's so appreciative, and will go to help so many things. But if there are people who maybe have a smaller budget to work with and they can't give a lot, it's all going to help, correct?
It doesn't matter what the amount is, it all adds up. I mean, if you can only donate $5, but if a lot of people donate $5, boy, it adds up really quick. So, our goal is to really raise a lot of money this year, and whatever you can give would be appreciated.
And that's a good point, because if just 200 people out there gave $5, it's
well,
and
it's tough right now in the economy, but like I said, any amount's welcome and very appreciated.
Kind of going back to the professional services, you mentioned you have to hire some people out there, but is this where you're also making the pool where if you have some extra time and you have the ability and the skill to really volunteer maybe?
Sure. Sometimes if you can't give money, but you have a professional trade, a skill trade, that's just as good as donating the money. Last year we had somebody fix one of the robot display, which has been out there for years. He came out and fixed all the internal work. It was an electrician, private electrician. They came out there and he fixed everything to make sure the robot looked really good for that opening night. So electricians are definitely welcome, and anybody have carpentry skills. I mean, that's just as good as giving money. Because then you come, we don't have to call somebody, you're ready to go, and we can show you what needs to be fixed, and there you go.
Yeah, and you're helping in 2 ways. So,
That's
repairing it and saving some money as well.
Exactly, saving some money. So definitely, if you have a professional, skilled trade, please feel, if you can, please donate your time.
And like we mentioned, you might be seeing some things come in the mail. You might be seeing some of these pamphlets. And bottom line is, though, whenever you are ready to give, whether it's $5 or $1,000, whatever you can do, who do they need to contact? Is that you?
They can contact me at 397-4786, and I can definitely point them to the right direction.
Okay.
But since I'm the go-to person, they're welcome to call me. But donating now, or even just with the boots, like you said, the boots are important too, because we use that money for next year. Or any repairs we need to make right after Fantasy Lights. So all the money helps.
And something kind of interesting about the boots. Can you tell us how that kind of started, or can you tell us who is standing out there with those boots every year? I know News Channel 6, we were out there last year with the boots, and it's fun to be able to see so many people, and they're excited about giving and helping out the Fantasy of Lights.
It's kind of a way to bring some life to it, and at the same time get some donations. Mr. Roy Houston, who's been doing this for a while, he coordinates all the civic organizations. So Rotary Club, that's an example, and other organizations basically come out and just try to get people to give. It's kind of like the firemen who come out on Labor Day. It's kind of the same principle. It's kind of an added push, and kind of brings the holiday season to Fantasy Lights by holding a Christmas boot. So
is it neat to see a different organization every night
it is
get involved and volunteer their time and a couple hours out there?
It showcases the organization, but I think it showcases Wichita Falls' willingness to help, because by the time Fantasy Lights open up, at night it's probably 40 degrees.
Yeah.
And they're willing to stand out there for 3 hours with a boot.
It's cold.
And ring up, so it's great that we can see that. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, like we said, a lot more to still talk about. We're going to continue wrapping up the Fantasy of Lights, how you can get involved in making this year a success, right after the break here on Inside Texoma. Welcome back to Inside Texoma. We are talking about Fantasy of Lights, how you can get involved this coming weekend. Of course, workshop days, but after the workshop days, after they're clean, they're ready to go, talking a little bit about setup. When does that start? When can we start seeing those displays being pulled out onto the lawn of MSU, basically?
Right after Thanksgiving is our plan this year, and it takes about 12 to 1,500 man hours.
Wow.
And that comes from our local facility services. So they donate their time to setting that up.
That's all donated time.
Yeah,
all that.
Yeah. They just clear their books, and the maintenance guys do it. And it takes a while. I mean, 12 to 1,500 man hours is a lot of hours. So it takes about a little over a week, if not more than that. I mean, but we wanted to have it all ready before December 2nd, which is our opening night. So they have about 2 weeks to get it done.
Goodness. Kind of talking about opening night, what can people expect?
It's going to be great. It starts at 6 p.m. on the Hardin Lawn. All the lights will be turned on officially. We'll have the live choirs. I think Fane Elementary and Southern Hills are going to be there. I'm looking at having the Caribbean Pan Ensemble that weekend, the following night at MSU. So we'll have some Caribbean-style Christmas music. Santa Claus will hopefully make an appearance early. Even though he's busy at the North Pole at that time, he'll be there to make an appearance. So there's going to be quite a bit. Dr. Rogers, our president of MSU, will be there. I will be there. A lot of the board that helps get Fantasy Lights going will all be out there.
And this is all opening night.
Opening night, correct.
Even Santa Claus is going to make an appearance, so the kiddos can get ready for that. That's pretty cool.
They drop their
letters,
wish list.
right?
They do drop them. That's correct. So Santa will get those
to the North Pole. So that's the place to do it. Whenever they're making the list, just know you can head to the Fantasy of Lights, walk around, and then send those letters.
And Santa will be there hopefully periodically. He's told me he'll make an appearance. So I said thank you.
Absolutely. He has the ends with Santa Claus
volunteer time.
Volunteering his time. Yes, he is. Kind of talking a little bit more about the displays. Around how many displays are out there?
There's at least 30, if not more. Some of them are real big, which everybody's known, have seen them. If you've been to Fantasy of Lights every year, you know those, and there's the smaller ones. And we're trying to add some new ones. That's all dependent upon, monetary donations that people can make and help us out. But right now, we have at least 30 of all different sizes, and we need some businesses to adopt. We have about 3 that we need adopted. So if you're interested, please contact me. And
that are still need to be adopted for this
we
year.
We need new adopters for those. Right.
Something else I thought that was very interesting was how an MSU professor has actually taken part in helping to build some of the new ones that you see out there.
Dr. Henschel has been great help with this program, and he's built a lot of the displays, and it wouldn't be what it is if he didn't donate his time to doing this.
That's just incredible.
So,
I know one of those, Santa's Workshop, right?
I know Santa's Workshop. It's been there forever. It's on it's one of the main displays. So, we talk about volunteer. That's what better way to do it than donating your time.
That's incredible, and hopefully there will be new ones to come.
Absolutely.
For many more years. That would be exciting to see and to kind of see it from the beginning stages too.
Correct.
So definitely keep us involved if you hear any more about that.
I will, definitely.
But that all comes back to, I know, monetary donations, and that's what makes that happen ultimately, right?
If I can just, tell everybody in Wichita Falls, just think about Wichita Falls holiday season without Fantasy of Lights. It would be boring. So we want to keep that alive. And just like Hotter Than Hell and some of the other things we have here in Wichita Falls, Fantasy of Lights also puts us on the map. So we need everybody's help. And please contact me if you have any questions.
And again, that's December the 2nd, opening day. So be sure to go ahead and mark your calendars. But before you do for that, really get involved. If they cannot, for some reason, help Randy on October the 1st and 2nd, are there other opportunities to get involved? Sure,
absolutely. They can just give me a call at 397-4786, and I can talk about, we can do some other things to get them involved. There's always opportunities.
Absolutely. That's what I was going to say. I'm sure there's phone calls to be made, things to be handed out.
Absolutely.
If they want to go out there and help out the maintenance crews, maybe that would be appreciated too. So
definitely, there's always opportunities. Just give me a call.
Well, we appreciate it. We appreciate you being here. And of course, just remember those dates. Keep that in mind. But we'll be keeping in touch with Randy, getting ready, of course, for opening day, which will be here before you know it. I can't believe how fast this year is already gone.
It's already going fast.
So thank you so much for taking time to be here today. We want to thank you, Texoma, and thank you for joining us. Remember, we'll see you back here next Sunday morning at 5:30 for another look inside Texoma.